Hello and welcome along and welcome to a cold winter's day here on Six Ashes. Yeah, we've got the carrots in, thankfully, although there are a few patches of them just around the field a little bit. But in general, we've got the carrots in. We're all good for that. We have got winter come along and the first thing it's done is dump a load of snow on us. Unfortunately, that means that we can't do the job that I did want to do today. I did want to try and get some digestate and some slurry on the field, but that's not going to happen now. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to get the T-dub here out, and we're going to get this ploughing the field. So we're going to get this ploughing the onion and the carrot fields. My plough is back this way, and then we need to go and get something to collect the bales up, because we have several bales scattered around this farm that need collecting. We've got a load of alfalfa silage, a load of standard silage, and a load of haylage as well that needs picking up. So those are going to be the job that we're doing today. It shouldn't take us too long to do that one, I don't think. We should be pretty good. Let's see if we can lift this. There we go. Up that goes. And then, yeah, we'll set this on a worker doing... Well, we'll get it started with the carrot field. It's fairly lucky that even with the snow on the ground has not frozen, so we can still work it. The downside is that this will be the last day until the spring. Very likely the last day until the spring that we can actually do this. So let's bring this up here, and we want our plough to finish at this point. We'll unfold it here. Let's get some lights on as well, and then we'll set ourselves a course. So field 17, current vehicle position, headland. I'm gonna get it to do 6 passes on the headland. Yeah, 6 passes on the headland will do us well. Clockwise, we want it to do the up-down rows on the field first, turn in the corners. As always, I like a 10% overlap because it just gets that little bit more and generate me a course. So we're finishing where we are, and we're starting in the bottom corner. That is pretty spot on for what we want to do with this field. So let's take this over this way, and we can get this started and doing this job. So over here, wow, look at that. On the snow, things just slide like mad. And drive course. And away the T-dub goes. Plenty of fuel in this, and it should be very happy getting this job done. In the meantime, we've headed down here to the shop where we can pick up a piece of equipment that will help us out today. We've headed down here in the TS115 for 2 reasons. One, because it is our newest tractor, and therefore I can put a few hours on it. And 2, because it's pretty much our quickest. I think the 7840 may be the same sort of speed, but the extra 4-wheel drive over our 2-wheeled 7840 should give us a little bit more traction with what we're going to do. And what we're going to do is rent a piece of baling technology. In fact, yep, a bale handling piece of kit. And I've got 2 choices. No, in fact, I've got a single choice here, really. And that is for this one. We're going to go with the RBM Pro 2000. It's 72,200, so we don't have the money to buy it. We do have the money, however, to lease it. To put the Michelin tyres on it is going to add, so we'll leave it with the standard Trelleborg ones and lease that for 3,000. And that should then be waiting for us out here. Yeah. And the sun is beginning to rise now. Really dark starts during the winter. But yeah, there we go. Whoop. Better brakes on this tractor as well. So into our TS115. And we're going to get this back up to our farm. And start collecting up some bales, I think. And we're going to start with this field in here. Well, I think this will eventually be called, or would eventually be called, field 117. It's not currently defined as a field, and I would like to have ploughed it and made it more of a more usable field. We've actually got an issue at the moment where we have no field. Wow, that's not going to fit. Where we have no field for the onions for next year. Because of the failed oat crop being replanted, we've got 2 oat fields and no onion field for next year. So we're going to have to try and do something about that at some point and find somewhere new to do the onions. Now, I've come into the yard so that I can get nicely turned around. Hopefully put this into the shed. Yeah, there we go. And having got nicely turned around, we should be able to get a better angle going into that field now. But yeah, we need a field to put the onions in, and actually this is probably the largest area of field that we've got that we own. The alternative would be to buy another field. 58, 60, 61 would all be good selections, as would these fields down here. Actually 39 and 40 have a road running down the side. We own this patch of woodland here, but I think, look at that, the yield potential on 39 and 40, and with a nice road running down the side of it, would be a great place to expand the farm. So yeah, plenty of places to go with this. However, the imminent arrival of Farming Simulator 22 means that we are going to have a look. You unfold trailer? There we go. We are going to have to wrap things up on this series. And with being unable to get to another harvest before, we're probably going to wrap it up at the end of this year and see how well we have done. So this is the first of the last 6 episodes we're going to be doing on this map. We are going to round things up, we are going to prepare it and keep working as if we were going into another year. And then at the end of this series, I will release the save game for this, along with a list of mods that I am using at the end. And you guys, if you want, can continue into the 5th year here. Yes, into the 5th year here on this map, if you would like, which I think would be quite cool. If you want to continue it, you can. I think it's very ripe for that. And yeah, I'll let you guys know where we're going. We are collecting bales up quite nicely here. I think we might go and collect the alfalfas up as well. We're going to drop all of these off at the BGA. Because all of these are going into the BGA, whereas the the haylage bales we've got just the other side, those are going to be going down to the main farm for future feeding of the cows. There we go. And then we'll get these last ones and head down to the BGA. We got 12 silage bales off the first field. Slightly worryingly, I don't think the one that came off the horse silage field, I don't think that's fully fermented yet, and I think that we may have to wait a little while longer before we can sell any of these at the BGA. What we do have is 4 nicely rowed up alfalfa bales in the pink here, and if we we'll just drop that down and we'll have a look at these before we do it. Yeah, you can see these are listed as silage alfalfa, so I'm not sure that those have done either yet. Yeah, we can't tell what those are. We will have a look at all of this in a minute, but 16 bales in total to go into the BGA. There we go, pick up the first one, and yeah, quite useful to have these off at the side. It is such a pity that all this snow has fallen. I would love to have got these fields done with either digestate or slurry or something heading into the new year. It would have made quite a difference to us, actually. for that. It means that these fields will need to be cultivated, really, in order to not have a horrible bumpy time putting some slurry or digestate on the fields before they go, before you do any planting. However, having said that, this field here, the alfalfa, wouldn't need doing. I very much was thinking of replacing this alfalfa field with horsegrass. 4 horsegrass silage bales will get you through the year off there, and if you manage to get 3 cuts a year off that, then it would work fine. So yeah, I'm very much thinking the 2 other grass fields we have on here, not a huge amount of point in having those for the horses, unless you're trying to fill the BGA like this, in which case 16 bales still not going to make a large dent. I think having the BGA on here is more useful if you're doing corn and creating silage from that, or doing contracts, doing grass contracts. They produce quite a few bales for you on here, and it's very worth considering using the excess from those down here and going that way. Right, we want to unload this right against the end, so we'll slowly move off, and they've moved a little bit, but that is all good. Yeah, and if we have a look at these today, what we've got here is we've got grass silage on those. That one is actually reading grass silage now, and silage alfalfa, so I don't think they are ready. Let's do this. Love this feature. Yes, 6 hours to go until the alfalfa is ready. This bale here, 2 hours to go until that is ready, and these last ones here are already grass silage. So yeah, we've got to wait a little bit longer for those to ferment, but then we can load all of that into the BGA. For now, we're gonna head back down to the main farm with this, and I think we'll see what we've got hanging around down there, and seeing if our horses need any work, because it's, you know, the first day of winter and it's that kind of day. First though, we need to pop into here and into our horsegrass field in order to pick up these bales. So let's just bring this in here and grab this row of bales. This is I am glad I brought this tractor. It's not as powerful as our T-Dub, but it at least can pull this up the hill in the snow, and doesn't look quite as absurd as, did we have the 6810 on one of these at one point? And just, yeah, was not great. But yeah, we can come in and we can collect up all these bales that we've got in a nice row. I think we actually got more bales off this field than we did off the other one, so that's good. And this should just collect all these up, get these back down to the main farm. And yeah, we have a really good number of horsegrass bales, which should do us for quite a while, I think. And our final bale, 15 off this field. That's pretty good, considering I think we got 4. Yeah, we had 14 off the other 2 fields combined. So this is and such a really good field as far as size-wise goes. I think it's fairly good as far as yields maps go as well. Let's have a look at this too. Oh no, it's not. It's got this massive swathe of silty clay through the middle of it. And if we have a look at its potential yield, yeah, it's slightly down. It's better than field 17, which has a 79% potential yield. So, and that is actually all silty clay. Yeah, that's not silty clay, sorry. That's sandy loam, I think, in this field here. So the field we're looking at creating and changing, that might be better to be horsegrass as well. It's just not great field. Whereas having a look at field 13 down here, yeah, you see there's a little bit of loamy sand in there, but it's mostly all looking fairly good. And in fact, yep, it's all going through the middle of that. It's neither of these three fields are great potential, to be honest. Okay, so we are back down to the main farm, and ideally I want to put my haylage bales here, but we do have these three in the way at the moment. So let's grab the 6810. And we want to... Where are my attachments for this? We need something to be able to... I want my bale spike. Which is over here. Perfect. Right, we'll put this attachment just inside here. That way it's out of the way for now. Space is one of those things that's becoming a little bit more of a premium on the farm now. But we need to kind of work things out a little bit. We've got our hay bales and our straw bales over here, which is great. And then we've got our haylage over this way, butting up against the wall. And with three of these here, what we're going to do is we're going to put these at the front when we're done. But we'll just move them into the middle of the yard for now, so they're easily accessible later. It's a pity our bale wrapper didn't have the blue coloration as an option. I would like to have color-coded all my haylage bales to that, but doesn't matter, the green works. Let's put this over here as well, and then last one. Now there's two ways I can do this actually. I can either try and stack these up afterwards, or the better way I think to do it might be to come into the yard, have these lined up, and pick them up onto my bale trailer, just so that everything gets unloaded at the same time. So what we'll do is we'll take these three here, we'll get them nicely lined up, so through there like that, and up. Right, there we go. On its end, and then we can get these three here picked up in a row with our bale trailer and just make our lives that little bit easier. So back her up, park her up, and that is all done. Looks like our plough is getting through that field rather nicely at the moment. And this might actually... is this going to help us? It's one of those things where this is a very big piece of equipment, and maneuvering it in this yard is not going to be fun. But yeah, what I'm going to do is we're going to back it back out, and then when we've backed it out, hopefully we can get it back round and in. There we go. Like that. Now, is there enough space in this yard, of course, for us to turn this round as well? Bring that there, and that then puts these older bales as well at the front, which is quite useful. So get these collected up, like so. And we got fresh snowfall coming down again. I'm really, really pleased that I didn't try and clear the snow we've got in the yard. Because if I had, we would have just had a fresh load of snow on top of it. Right, and close that up. There we go. I'm going to back this trailer into this end shed. Because if I can get that in there, we can get this all turned around. But the maneuvering is just a little bit tricky. Let's swing it right round. Yeah, this piece of kit is too big for this farm, in all honesty. But we have managed to get it round, and as we've got all of these collected up, what we'll be able to do is just turn around and drop and return it straight away. Although somebody did chide me for not going back to the shop last time, so we might go do that as a result this time. Get it nice and straight up against this wall. And there we go. Line it up. Thunder coming down with our snowfall. Work forwards. There we go. It's lifting us off the ground a little bit. There we are. That is our silage bale or our haylage bales all unloaded. Now we just wait for this to fold up because we need to drive along here a little bit and we can head down to the shop to get this piece of kit returned because that is that jobbed for the day. And quite happy with that. That's good. That's a nice amount of bales that we've got. A nice setup we've got going. And yeah, looks like we're gonna get field 17 ploughed today as well, which is great news. And so we return back down to the shop where it's all a little bit squirrely. And we can pull this in over here and drop this off. It's under the snow here somewhere. They like it dropped off at the workshop. There we go. Turn it around. I have been impressed by this TS115. It's done us well since we got it. And return it. Perfect. All done. Let's get our tractor back to the farm. The sun is beginning to set. These winter days are so short. And so back to the farm, and we're back in the T-dub. Been a fairly successful day today. We field 17, which is pretty much our largest field. That is looking fairly good. We're getting a good turnover, and this should be nicely ploughed today. I don't know what's going to happen with ground temperature overnight. Let's have a look at our let's have a look at our forecast, and it's not looking good. We're looking at a fairly cold day next game day. If we're lucky, we will stay with an above 0 ground temperature. We'll still have snow on the ground, but we should be able to plough our other field, field 111, if we're lucky. So yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. Still got plenty of things to do on the farm. We're going to be getting ready to sell the onions in the near future as well, which should bring in a lot of money, and then we have the rest of our crops to sell a couple of days after that, I think. For now though, this is a perfect place for us to finish. So I am going to leave this here, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.